This is Igbo Area
Hello. Well, it's no longer news that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is alive. A lot of us were eager to hear his voice on Radio Biafra on the 21st of October 2018, being Sunday, and evidence shows he is alive. He spoke, and at least you can trace his voice. Even those who think he is dead all heard him. Whether he is dead or alive is no longer an issue. But there are certain other things we want to look into that are associated with his disappearance and appearance. These things matter now. But before we go, never in history of Nigeria or any sub-Saharan African nation has we had such a massive download as it was on Saturday, Sunday. That's download of an app. This is phenomenal. It is amazing, and it has shown that digital age has come to stay in Nigeria with over 1 million downloads for Radio Biafra app since Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafra freedom fighter, has been spotted praying in the temple in Jerusalem. 1 million download of the Radio Biafran app. Do you know what happened? At the time of the broadcast, I couldn't access the app again. Do you know what? I have downloaded the app. It was working. But at the point the broadcast started, that was 6 p.m. on Sunday, the app refused to work. I don't say this is not the work of those who are against the broadcast. No, it is not their work. What happened actually was it has never had such cash. Imagine about 6 million or more than tuned to an app just to listen to a voice. About 6 million users at a time. The app received more than it can handle, and it began to malfunction. It couldn't connect. Wow. There is something about this movement. This is phenomenal. Meanwhile, there are reactions that the DSS, Department of State Services, aided Nnamdi Kanu's disappearance, and the DSS is denying it. In this material titled, "We didn't help Kanu to escape from Nigeria," says DSS. The Department of State Services has refuted an allegation that 5 of its personnel allegedly aided Mr. Nnamdi Kanu to escape from Nigeria. Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, which was outlawed, escaped from his abode in Umuahia, Abia State on September 14, 2017. He, however, showed up in Jerusalem, Israel on Friday, 19th October 2019. Before his sudden disappearance, Kanu was being tried by the federal government for treason, but was granted bail by the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja. Spokesman for the DSS, Mr. Peter Afunanya, in a statement in Abuja on Monday, the 22nd of October 2018, described the rumor alleging that operatives of the agency helped Kanu to escape as malicious. He said, "The service wishes to state that the news is fake, mischievous, and defamatory. It is nothing but a figment of the imagination of the originators. The public should by now have noted the antics of Kanu, IPOB, and their collaborators, whose talking thread is to peddle unfounded rumors, gossips, and propaganda aimed at subverting the government, its key agencies, and officials. The DSS is aware that some unscrupulous elements are keen on exploiting the situation to constitute a nuisance to the freedoms of all persons as guaranteed in the Constitution, and as well disrupt the forthcoming general elections. The DSS will not stand by idly and watch this undesirable element achieve their aims. It is to be further emphasized that the indissolubility, unity, and indivisibility of our beloved country is sacred." Afunanya called on those who he described as obstructive planners against the unity of Nigeria to know that no individual or group can be bigger than this country. He therefore reassured residents that their safety and the DSS commitment to providing an enabling environment for peace and stability in the country. From some other angle, it is still seen as PMB's political strategy, the disappearance of Nnamdi Kanu and his sudden appearance at this time of election. And somebody said it is amateur. He said, 1. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu now and making videos of him in a faraway Jerusalem is to only achieve one aim: destabilize Atiku Obi's strongest region. Of course, we know Nnamdi would be 2019 bargaining for Southeast. But releasing him now is wrong timing and would not achieve the expected deal effected again. 2. The gain is for him to continue preaching election boycott. Election boycott means a win for Buhari. 3. But they fail to take into consideration that most IPOB members shouting election boycott are divided into 2 groups. Group A live outside Nigeria and can't vote. Group B did not even register to collect PVC and that window is closed. This means whether Nnamdi Kanu preaches boycott election or not, it doesn't have any impact on Atiku Obi tickets. 4. Finally, if PMB strategic team members are wise, let them recommend a referendum date to PMB. Put the referendum on 2nd of January 2019. Let the Igbos determine if they still want to remain in Nigeria. Of course, the result would be one-way outcome. Exit Nigeria. Igbos would overwhelmingly vote to leave Nigeria. Then it will be a landslide for Buhari and he would emerge president of Nigeria, less the Igbo. Okay. Look at what this person is trying to say. This is an opinion of those who feel Buhari released Nnamdi Kanu. They felt Buhari is using Nnamdi Kanu to play politics. That releasing him at this time will affect the Igbo vote. Now they are looking at the 2 sides of it. How it will affect the Igbo vote. Meanwhile, the author of this article said, take into consideration that voters registration has closed. So Nnamdi Kanu's appearing or not has nothing to do with anything again. That's what they're trying to say. Most of these IPOB members did not even register. Here is the one for those who are seeing it from another angle. First, we have to look at a report allegedly coming from Fani Kayode. Now is the time for us to negotiate with Nnamdi Kanu. After mysteriously disappearing from Umuahia in Abia State in the wake of his confrontation with troops of the Nigerian army, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, according to a former aviation minister, Chief Fani Kayode, spoke with him that Saturday on phone from Jerusalem. It has been speculated since Kanu's disappearance that he has gone on self-exile. He said, I just received a call from my brother Nnamdi Kanu. I am delighted that he is alive and well. I commend his strength and courage even as I marvel at the loyalty, perseverance and commitment of his lawyer Ifeanyi Ejiofor and IPOB. We have agreed to work together to vote Buhari out. Fani Kayode said in a WhatsApp message to Sunday Vanguard. He allegedly said so. Asked if speaking to a suspected fugitive from the law did not make him accessory after the fact, the former minister said, not at all. He called me and I am delighted to know that he was not killed and that he is alive and well. That is all that matters to me. There is no crime in answering a phone call and speaking to a man who I thought was dead. I have not heard from him, spoken to him or seen him since the day of his abduction. So the call was a great surprise to me and I welcomed it. I prayed for God to keep him alive and God answered that prayer. Fani Kayode went on, now is the time for us to negotiate with him, work hard together and ensure that we all join hands to get Buhari out in February. It's only after we do that we can now sit down and iron out the other fundamental issues. We must all join forces to get him out. That is the first step to restoring sanity to our country. After that, we can talk about restructuring, self-determination, referendums and other things. Anyone and everyone that believes in peace and dialogue is important and relevant in a democracy. And the truth is that IPOB cannot be ignored in the East. This statement was alleged to have come from Fani Kayode. Now, from another angle, we're hearing that there's a deal struck between Atiku Obi's camp to make it possible for Atiku and Obi to win the coming election. Here in this headline, Nnamdi Kanu did not reach any agreement with anybody to vote out Buhari. IPOB is now disapproving the report. The deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Uche Mefo, has frowned at the statement credited to the former Minister of Aviation, Chief Fani Kayode. Following the appearance of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the group in Jerusalem since his mysterious disappearance and subsequent confirmation of such from both his brother and lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, Fani Kayode opined that he spoke with him, noting that him and Nnamdi Kanu had agreed to oust Buhari coming 2019 presidential election. But in a statement obtained by the cable, Mefo faulted his statement, saying that it was only a crude tactic in an attempt to drag the name of the IPOB's leader in the mud. Here is a statement. Our attention has been drawn to some deceptive and crude tactics employed by some politicians to drag the name of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, to the mud by suggesting that he held talks with such politicians to oust Muhammadu Buhari. We want to use this medium to state unequivocally that at no time did Nnamdi Kanu reach any agreement with any politicians to participate in Nigerian politics. Consequently, any publication not authorized by our leader, his deputy, or by the head Directorate of State regarding IPOB and or our leader is pedestrian and null and void. Finally, Nnamdi Kanu's humility and courtesy in appreciating a few individuals and groups in Nigeria for what they did to assist during his incarceration cannot be construed as weakness. We invite you to listen to Nnamdi Kanu as he addressed IPOB family members and world in general from the city of Tel Aviv in Israel on the duration of the struggle. Okay, this was prior to the broadcast. So the IPOB second in command, Uchemefo, is dismissing the report that Nnamdi Kanu had agreement with some politicians to oust Buhari 2019. He advises that we should listen to the broadcast. So if you have not had the broadcast last Sunday, which was 21st of October 2019, you can get the audio and listen to it and know the IPOB stand on the matter. I think I'll play a little audio here. The IPOB is saying, I think they are not in support of the election 2019.
Is committed to the liberation of the land of Biafra from the shackles of tyranny. And we will not relent until a referendum is conducted. If you want us to do anything with you, if you want us to conduct any form of participation in whatever it is that you're doing, there must be a referendum to decide the quest for self-determination for Biafrans. That is our red line. It is not negotiable.
Now, if it is not true that Buhari's government is using Nnamdi Kanu as a card to win the election, what about his shorties? Even though in his broadcasts he commended them.
Senator Abaribe is a very brave man, and may Chukwukika bless him. Mr. Uchendo, very strong and resolute, and our high priest, our rabbi, Oka Ben Madu, all that stood shorty for me. I am humbled for what you have passed through on my account. Your names will be written in gold in the course of time.
It calls for worry. What will be the fate of especially Senator Enyinnị Abaribe? Some people are speculating that the law will go after these people who shorted him. Because prior to realizing that he is alive and he is broadcast from Israel, it was alleged that the Nigerian army kidnapped him during the Operation Python Dance 2. Now that he is alive and he has, according to some people, he has jumped the condition. According to in the conditions where that he is not going to leave the shores of the country. But he also defended it in the audio. He said he has a reason to leave, that he was preparing court appearance before the army struck. The Nigerian army also did wrong by that Operation Python Dance. You should allow him to appear in court the day the court asks him to appear. Is it wrong for him to scamper for safety? Thanks for listening to Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. You can also visit our Facebook page and like our page. You can join our Facebook group, Igbo Area TV. God bless you and bye for now.